Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Love is in the Air was in episode 45 with entertaining scenes again. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel, activate notifications and share our video before moving on to our video. Have fun. What will happen in the new episode of the series Love is in the Air? Will Eda and Serkan get together? Will Serkan improve? Will our series be the end? What will future events change? I will explain everything to you in this video. First of all, if you want this series to continue all the time and also if you want Serkan and Eda to get married, let's hit the like button and see our number. In the new episode of the Love is in the Air series, Serkan will make a full recovery. Let's say Serkan will cling to life again for Kiraz. Since Serkan survived, he will prepare again to marry Eda. Because Serkan doesn't want to lose Kiraz and Eda. In fact, Serkan will be very happy to meet Eda again. When Kiraz sees Serkan and Eda together, she will join them. So eventually, Eda and Serkan will get married. And they will be happy with Cherry forever. In addition, we will see that Serkan strives up to this process. Because Serkan is ready to do everything possible for his loved ones. But Eda believes that Serkan will leave them again. That is why Eda will try to stay away from Serkan. But, on the other hand, Eda will not be able to do without Serkan. As a result, Eda will give Serkan another chance. Serkan will take every opportunity to take advantage of this opportunity. Serkan's efforts will eventually pay off. And there will be a strong bond between Serkan, Eda, and Kiraz. Thus begins the fairy tale for Serkan and Eda. In the new episodes, there will be the weddings of Eda and Serkan. Since they got married, Kiraz's psychology will improve. Of course, there will be other happiness in addition to this happiness. Eda will become pregnant again after marrying Serkan. So this time the robot Serkan Balat will hit the world. Our series will be final soon. Because the subject matter of our series has diminished. Also, according to some news, our series is said to be ending soon. Our series will most likely end and go off the screens after the summer season. I hope that our series does not reach the final and continues with all its illusion. Well, should Eda give Serkan another chance? I will be waiting for your comments below. So, we have reached the end of this section, friends. For more videos, subscribe. Do not forget to leave a like, activate notifications and leave your comments, friends. Our video continues with a detailed recap for our fans who couldn't see episode 45. After the court, everyone arrives at the hotel. They will stay together in the same house for 2 days. They begin to decide in which house they will live. The psychologist decides that it would be better for Kiraz to live where she grew up. Eda and Serkan leave their place. They enter the house. If they find out about each other's lies, they will stay home for 2 days. They talk about this in a room in PRL Engine. Ken wants to talk to Kiraz. Ken talks to Can. Eda, PRL and Serkan speak to Engine on the phone. Whoever lies wins the bet. Ken tells Kiraz that parents sleep in the same room. Don't your mothers stay in the same room? Kiraz also takes this into account. While Eda and Serkan are cooking in the kitchen, Barak sees through the window. His morale deteriorates. Barak goes to the beach to sit down. Hear his head. When Melo sees Barak on the beach, he goes over to her. They talk together. Melo also lost her heart to Barak. Barak is a little drunk. Barak kisses Melo. But Barak drips because he's drunk. Eda and Serkan laid Kiraz together. Serkan wants to close the window. But Eda insists that Kiraz sleeps with the window open. Kiraz asks her mother if you love Serkan Balat. Kiraz, Mom asks if you will stay in the same room with Serkan a lot. Serkan answers this question. Yes, my sweet daughter, mothers and fathers stay in the same room. Serkan and Eda go to their rooms. Eda goes to bed. Serkan also made a bed on the floor in the same room. She loves where they sleep. Serkan says, we'll be honest with each other. Do you have any memories that come to mind about us? Eda doesn't turn off the lights because she doesn't trust Serkan. It is morning. Eda and Serkan are in the same bed. When Eda wakes up, she yells at Serkan. He says, what are you doing in my bed? Meanwhile, Kiraz enters her room. She says she had breakfast. When they went to the kitchen, Kiraz laid out the kitchen. Together they begin to tidy up the kitchen. They make Kiraz happy, both playing and collecting. Serkan makes pancake sauce for his daughter. She prepares a lemon and honey sauce. Serkan gives Eda a taste. Lady Aden and Lady Afer come to Eda's house. Kiraz opens the door. Ms. Aden says that she was found a French babysitter for Kiraz. But Eda and Serkan do not accept this. Eda and Serkan leave the house to go to work. But Serkan's mind is on Kiraz. He doesn't want to give it to his mother. Melo also dresses in a bit of style to look good for Burak. While he arranges the flowers with Eda Kerem in the garden, the Lady Deniz arrives. She did not accept those who offered to interview Eda. This is because Serkan lives in Eda's house. Mrs. Deniz fires Eda's employee, Kerem. But Eda resigns because she fired Kerem. She meets Serkan. Serkan also says that she has resigned. Afer Hanım and Safi are also cleaning the house. They drink fruit juice in the garden with Kiraz and Mrs. Aden. Afer Lady calls Kiraz. He says, let's do what you love to do together. He says, let's make a vacuum cleaner. Engin dresses and decorates. PRL also gets angry at Engin's ornaments because he's jealous of Engin. When Eda and Serkan return home, they see what Mrs. Aden brought home. Afer is not inferior to Mrs. Aden brought an ice cream vendor and a cotton candy vendor. Miss Afer also made cheesecake, cakes, and pancakes. Burak and Melo talk together at the cafe. While they are seated at the table, the hotel masseur arrives. Melo is upset about this because he will talk to Burak about something. But they cannot speak. While Eda is sitting in the garden with her daughter, Serkan comes with Skota. Eda wants someone from your university to come and Kerem take care of her. Serkan gets mad at this. Why is she giving Kerem an important job? Kerem gets a little bored with this. Pina is with her. She says that she can help. Together they decide to welcome the students to the university. Aden and Afer sign peace. Serkan Balat took his work home. They call their employees at home and work from home. Melo also comes to Eda. He tries to recount her experiences with Burak. But Eda doesn't listen to Melo. When she sees Kiraz playing with chicken, Serkan tells her not to. Melo and Serkan are making coffee in the kitchen. But Melo thinks that Serkan will want something from him and responds. Serkan made coffee for Eda. He asks Melo to have coffee. She wanted to try it with the Hope Cup. If the drinker of this cup turns red, she falls in love. He tells Melo to drink. Baby Melo turns red because Melo is in love with Burak. Serkan checks if Eda drinks the coffee. Kerem and Pina took the university students for a walk. As they dispatch the homeless, they run into Mrs. Deniz. Engin sends a message to PRL. Because you were so good today. PRL also calls Engin right away. What does this message mean? He asks Erdem. You cheated on Layla. She asks how Layla understood this. Engin accidentally sent a message to PRL. PRL also suspected this. Serkan fell asleep while he watched a movie while he was sitting on the couch with his daughter. Serkan takes Kiraz to lay him on his bed. Meanwhile, Melo calls Eda. Eda says it's very difficult not to be attracted to him. She tells Melo that I actually like that he is here, and Serkan hears this. Eda loses the bet. Serkan wins to live in the same house for 2 more weeks. While Afer and Melo are talking, Burak comes. Melo Afer wants to send because she wants to talk to Burak. But Burak doesn't think he's going to talk about another topic. He says he will go up but he can't. Since he wanted to speak, Mello was very prepared for this topic. But he doesn't want it. Eda and Serkan continue to sleep in the same room. Eda is influenced by Serkan. Eda tricks Serkan. He says if it's not hot in here, let's open the door a little. When she opens the door, she throws Serkan into the garden. When Eda wakes up, Serkan and Kiraz are sitting in the garden, painting on the table. They got up early. They climbed onto the sandal. They ate their breakfast. Now they are painting with their daughter in the garden. Meanwhile, Adnan and Safi arrive. Serkan asks Kiraz to cover his ears. You don't want her to overhear your conversation. Serkan caught a little cold because he was sleeping outside. Serkan opened a nursery for the office. He says he wants her daughter to go to kindergarten and spend time together. PRL takes Ken to the office. Because Serkan has installed a nursery in the office. Serkan, Eda and Kiraz arrived at the office. Kiraz is very happy about this situation. Kiraz remembers Erdem. She tells her father, "This man pulled my hair." Eda turns around and says, "Why I'm here." Miss Aden is sitting with Mr. Kemal and they look at her old photos while having their coffee. They remember the old days. Kerem also comes to the office. He comes shyly because he is a foreigner. Meanwhile, Pina sees Kerem coming. He comes to her immediately. Kerem arrives in Eda. She says that everyone makes fun of him, that she can't do it in this office. Eda tries to persuade. When Eda sees the lady Deniz coming, Serkan immediately calls her assistant. She tells him not to let Deniz in. Serkan goes to another room. But Deniz has come for Lady Eda. Mrs. Deniz gets angry at this situation. She looks everywhere for Eda. Eda and Serkan hide in the same room. They think that Mrs. Deniz left the room. They come out of hiding from her, but Mrs. Deniz comes back to the room. She catches Eda and Serkan. They talk a bit. Mrs. Deniz leaves the room. When Adnan and Safi see that Mello is upset, they go to him. They ask you why you are upset. Mello tells a bit about what happened. Adnan asks who she is. They realize that you are in love. Erdem gives Kiraz and Ken chocolate strawberry cake. The cherry is allergic to strawberries. They take the cake and leave. Mrs. Afer and Mello decide to work in another cafe. They explain their decision to Burak. Engin arrives at the office. He tells Serkan that he is not honest with PRL. PRL also goes to Eda. She tells what happened. Burak calls Eda. He says that Mello and Afer want to work somewhere else. Let me know if I made a mistake. Serkan hears that he is talking to Burak. He is jealous of Eda again. Eda talks to Mello. She says what I don't know. She says it's nothing. Mello says that Burak has feelings for her. He tells Eda what happened again. She says that Burak was drunk and they kissed while talking on the beach, but Burak doesn't remember this. PRL asks Engin what happened. Eda comes home. They talk to Serkan. She has prepared a romantic table. She made the meals that he and Eda loved. They have nice romantic dinners together. Serkan makes an offer so that we can go out and pick out a nice family car. Eda asks if being honest helped us. They go to sleep in their rooms. The psychologist brought everyone together. They go on to the second stage with honesty. If there is an event that is a burden to everyone and is hiding from each other, everyone should tell it to their face. Burak says that I miss Kiraz very much. Serkan tells Burak that I don't love you. Burak responds. Safi Kemal and Aden say they have been dating for 5 years. He still hasn't eaten the cake Erdem gave him. While the families chat in the garden, they open the cake and share it and eat it with Can. Kiraz suddenly faints. Eda realizes this. They come to the hospital immediately. She suffered from anaphylaxis shock. She comes to mind Cherry. You came back from space. You came to me, Dad, says Cherry. Kiraz has called her father for the first time. Episode 45 ends with this scene. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Activate notifications and like our video to be informed about our new videos. Goodbye.